This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good Wednesday morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jacqueline Matter.
And I'm Ray Collins. John Scalzi is here as well. And did you enjoy your Valentine's Day?
Thank you for asking. Yes, I think we both had a lovely time.
Did you all get a chance to renew your vows on the beach? I know we talked about that yesterday.
Did you go out?
Did you get
No.
a chance?
we both just got tired. We
that's
stayed home,
okay.
had a little bite to eat, you know, and
Enjoyed each other's company.
we did. We almost did. But
That's okay.
yeah.
Good intentions.
Yes.
What about you? Did you and Aaron have a good time?
We went for a bike ride along the bayfront, then up Main Street in downtown, and then she made wonderful crab claws, you call them?
Beautiful.
Yeah. And potatoes and corn on the cob. And
Sounds delicious.
Feast.
yeah, I was really spoiled. I did so well for Christmas this past year. I got her a Michael Kors
Okay.
purse.
Yeah.
Purse. And she loved that so much that I was off the hook for Valentine's Day. And so
There you go. Take note.
all is well in the Collins household.
That's
Good to
awesome.
hear, good
we
to
decided
hear.
to kind of stretch it out into the weekend.
There you go.
Because there's more time on the
Good idea.
weekend.
Right.
That's right.
That's okay. Alternative options.
Exactly. Hope you had a wonderful day yesterday. So weather certainly cooperated. It was lovely outside. And today I think we have showers and thunderstorms on our doorstep. So the timing was perfect. 24 hours later, those storms gradually moving through the Big Bend region, heading south into our area. They'll be here later this afternoon with a good 50% chance of thunderstorms, probably around drive time this evening. Complete forecast in a few.
All right, checking traffic as you wake up at 6:02 on this Wednesday morning. All quiet right now in northern Manatee County. It'll slow down there east of 301 as you head west on State Road 70. Always busy there, though. Farther south now into Sarasota County. The usual delays building right now as you wake up. And looking towards South County, so far so good at 6:03 on this Wednesday morning.
Well, topping our news at this hour, after several meetings and public hearings, the Manatee County Commission is expected to make a final decision today over a proposal to expand mining operations.
That's a big issue. The Mosaic Company is asking the Manatee County Commission to rezone 3,600 acres at their Wingate East property to allow for more phosphate mining. Mosaic says it's out of space, but opponents are worried about environmental risks. A Mosaic ecologist claims it would have a positive impact.
It's not a typical development project where, you know, the project comes in and disturbs all the landscape at one time. Mining is done on a rolling process.
I don't know how we're even going to live in our house because we're going to have to see it, hear it, smell it, feel it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
That meeting starts at 9 a.m. and we'll have updates throughout the day on ABC7 and also on our Facebook page as well.
The Manatee County Sheriff's Office now asking for your help as they investigate a fatal shooting in Lakewood Ranch. Deputies say 23-year-old Alex Chirp was murdered earlier this month. He was found with gunshot wounds in the parking lot of Greenbrook Park. Investigators believe he was shot sometime around 11 p.m. on Saturday, February 4th. They say they believe Chirp was targeted as well. 2 possible suspects have been identified in that case, but their names have not yet been released.
My faith in Jesus Christ is pulling me through, and he will continue to pull me through. And I've been praying, and I believe these bad cowards will be caught and brought to justice because God listens to my prayers.
Anyone with information about this case is asked to call Manatee County Crime Stoppers at 866-634-TIPS. Now to an update on the case of Frankie Bybee, a former Sarasota County deputy facing several charges, including attempted murder. The attorney representing Bybee in the case is now asking to step down. However, no reason was given for the attorney's request. A judge is expected to consider that request during a hearing next month.
2 shoplifters made off with over $1,000 from a Walmart in Northport. It happened at the store on Tamiami Trail. Police say the men stole $1,700 worth of merchandise, then drove off in a red or maroon 4-door vehicle. If you can help, call the Northport Police Department. New developments in the fight against the growing opioid epidemic. Senator Marco Rubio is among those backing a new version of the Synthetics Trafficking and Overdose Prevention Act. It aims to restrict the flow of synthetic drugs like fentanyl from being shipped into this country. The legislation would require information on who and where the package is from, who and where it's going, and what's in it before it can be allowed into this country. The plan is to make it easier to weed out illegal shipments in this country.
Well, a new public safety complex is coming to Venice in the near future. This as the city council is purchasing property on East Venice Avenue for nearly $2 million. The complex will house a new police station and emergency operations center. However, the new development is not going over well for nearby residents.
Sirens, lights all night long, and the hustle and bustle that's going to go around with that thing 24/7. And I think that they could have explored some different avenues.
The city says they looked into different properties, but this one was the best overall. Venice voters approved a $16 million bond last year to build that new public safety complex. An update on the recent changes to the speed limits in parts of Holmes Beach. According to the Bradenton Herald, the Holmes Beach City Commission is now working on a new resolution to change the speed limit entering Holmes Beach on State Road 64 back to its original speed of 35 miles an hour. You're taking a live look from that road right now where you can see a little bit of traffic moving along, but so far no issues there this morning. Now, 2 weeks ago, the speed limit was reduced to 25 miles an hour without any public input. However, commissioners have now agreed to keep the reduced speed limit of 35 miles per hour on the bridge connecting Holmes Beach and Perico Island. The commissioners will vote on that resolution during a special meeting on Thursday night at 6 o'clock.
Sarasota County wants to use more than $1 million from the Gulf Oil Spill Award to make improvements at that park at the southern tip of Lido Key, Ted Sperling Park. The plan includes adding a recreational trail and replacing the existing wooden boardwalk. The county is asking the public for their ideas, and you have until April 5th to do just that. At that time, the plan will be revised and submitted to the Department of the Treasury for its approval. And new this morning, if you want to bring your dog to any park in the city of Sarasota, make sure you bring a leash. According to the Herald Tribune, the city has approved a new leash law for all parks. The change comes after several complaints about dogs running around without leashes at several local parks. The city will also be looking into adding more dog parks as well.
The Suncoast Center for Independent Living is looking to help improve mobility for dozens of locals here on the Suncoast. The center will be giving away 100 wheelchairs for free today to those with disabilities. The giveaway will run from 1 to 5 o'clock at the center on 17th Street in Sarasota. Those interested in receiving a wheelchair must pre-register and provide proof of a permanent significant disability and proof of residency in Sarasota or Manatee County. And also income verification. There is a limit of 1 wheelchair per family. The Boys and Girls Clubs of Sarasota County now have dozens of new computers. It's all thanks to the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office. The HP touchscreen computers were seized during investigations into illegal internet gambling cafes. Now, digital forensic technicians cleaned the computers and they were donated to the Boys and Girls Clubs. Those computers will now be set up at the Newtown Estates Park, Lee Wetherington, and Gene Matthews campuses. And as spring training kicks off for Major League Baseball, it turns out sports is creating quite an impact for our local economy. The Sarasota County Sports Commission releasing new details on just how much sports affect our county.
Yeah, the commission says that sports generated more than $178 million last year alone. That's about 23% more than the previous year. Part of the increase is due to the county hosting 135 events last year, which is up by 20%. The biggest moneymaker was the annual Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix, which brought in $37 million.
Of course, we use the beach as a primary factor when telling people about our area and why they should bring their event here, because, you know, when the event concludes on the field, they can head out to the beach and see a gorgeous sunset.
County sports officials say they're expecting an even bigger year this year with the World Rowing Championships this September at Nathan Benderson Park. And also, of course, spring training underway. And I went to day one of the pitchers and catchers to cover the story yesterday.
Yeah.
It's like getting into the Pentagon over there to get approval to get in to cover the practice. Yes. At every step of the way, they want to nearly frisk you, it seems.
Oh, goodness.
Well, you know, better safe. Better safe.
Better safe
Always.
than sorry.
We have some very pleasant weather across the region for the first half of the day, I think, except we have some patchy fog, but that's not a big deal for us. As we head into the afternoon, though, chances of showers and thunderstorms rise. We'll talk about that in a second.
Well, still to come on Good Morning Suncoast, an unusual choice of pet proving to be quite a good security guard. We'll show you how a squirrel was able to take down a robber who broke into his home. That story coming up next in your half hour.
There's a whole new way to bank with Achieva Checking Plus. You get new features like cell phone protection for 3 phones, plus an interest-bearing account. And that's good to know. Discover all the benefits at achievacu.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining. The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC7. We're here for you.
Go ahead. Make a fashion statement. Demand something more than just ordinary. Capture elegance in every turn and drive with flair. Where beautiful styling is standard. Stop in and take a test drive. I'll guarantee you'll never go back to plain vanilla again. The all-new 2017 Fiat 500, starting at $14,999. Only at Sunset Fiat in Sarasota.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today.
Our goal is to do things better than anybody in the country. What makes Sarasota Memorial Hospital's program so special is that it's taking care of the patient in every aspect of cardiovascular disease. And in this community, the patients are very active. The idea is not just to get them over that operation, but to get them back to doing the things that they enjoy doing.
Ideologue. I am an originalist.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
There's a whole new way to bank with Achieva Checking Plus. You get new features like full ID theft protection, and that's good to know. Discover all the benefits at achievacu.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Current air temperature coming in at 68 degrees, dew point at 65. Got a little bit of cloud cover out there. The cloud cover will be thickening and cloud bases lowering as we head into the afternoon. And a chance of rainfall will come into the forecast later on. Winds are breezy south at about 16. It'll be a windy day today because a front is approaching and the pressures are going to start tightening up just a little bit. 64 degrees in Wauchula, 62 in Arcadia, Mayaca coming in at 64, 63 Parrish, Bradenton. Lakewood Ranch comes in at 64, so does Northport. Punta Gorda comes in at 62, a little cooler down here. 67 in Venice, Inglewood at 66, and Longboat Key comes in at 68. So we're still tracing this line of showers, thunderstorms, the cluster of storms back to the west, slowly approaching us. Atlanta Airport getting hit pretty hard with some showers and thunderstorms currently. I think in about an hour or so, those will be well to the south. But in any event, we're looking at some pretty quiet conditions here locally, waiting for this cluster of showers to approach us. I think it's probably about 6 to 8 hours away right now. So somewhere around 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, we'll start to see these showers on our doorstep. And then as we head into drive time, we'll be watching them move through the area and exiting the region. There's a slightest little chance that we can get some gusty winds and Maybe some small hail from some of these storms as they sink south. Right now, everything is very quiet. Morning drive time should be fine, except for that patchy fog that's around. Now, as the front sinks south, I think one thing we'll notice is that a lot of the energy is going to lift to the north with this system, so that as that line approaches us, it's going to weaken significantly, I think. I don't see a large threat of severe weather for us, but the Severe Storm Prediction Center does put us in a marginal risk zone, which is not a large risk zone, but still it exists. So we'll be watching these storms as we head through the afternoon to see if any of them keep their strength as they approach us, but wouldn't be a bit surprised to see them lose a lot of their intensity. Windy today, that's for sure. As we get into the afternoon, you'll see those winds really pick up, maybe some gusts to 30 miles an hour. So small craft advisory, lake wind advisory, rip current advisories, all for our water and wind interactions. Late afternoon thunderstorms, and then cooler overnight. Once that front moves through, our winds are going to shift and some drier, cooler air move in. Cloud cover will be thickening as that line approaches us, and the RPM computer model shows that as we head into the afternoon, we start to see those storms move through and then clear out during the overnight, leaving us with a lot of sunshine by tomorrow. So the forecast looks pretty good for us, I think. But as I mentioned, the Severe Storm Prediction Center does put us in a marginal category across the region. Although certainly to the north of us, there's a much better chance of stronger storms. The slight category is an indication that perhaps in this zone, Georgia, Carolinas, down through northern Florida, there's the potential for possibly some tornadoes there. I don't think we'll see anything like that. Most of our threat would come from straight line winds. The south wind picks up this afternoon to about 20 knots at times, then shifts to the northwest once the front moves through. It will be breezy, though, and you can expect 3 building to 6 foot seas later today. Choppy conditions on your bay and inland waters. Couple of tides, though, boating obviously not advised. 9:33 low tide, high tide at 3:06. And the forecast for the next couple of days calls for cooler, crisper weather tomorrow with lots of sunshine. And then as we head into the weekend, a chance of a Saturday night, Sunday morning shower. Back to you.
Thank you so much, John. Taking a look at Suncoast traffic this morning, not a whole lot going on throughout Manatee County. Traffic and congestion picking up a little bit on State Road 70 and 301. Other than that, I-75 looking clear as you head into Sarasota County. Not a whole lot going on in that direction as well. Traffic a little bit picking up on Clark Road. I-75, both north and southbound directions in South County, clear as well.
All right, 6:18 still to come on Good Morning Suncoast.
Should a woman accused of bullying her employee, leading him to commit suicide, be charged in his death? Well, a jury will now have to make that decision. We'll have that story coming up after the break.
Good morning. We're at the Publix Aprons Cooking School with Chef Bob. Bob, what are you going to make for me fantastic today?
Well, what we're going to try and show people today is how to make a Marsala sauce.
Perfect.
And the correct things to use for a Marsala
classic.
sauce.
Let's get started.
What we have in here, right in here, I have just a little bit of mushrooms that I cooked ahead of time because I wanted this to show you what you want them to look like. I took chicken, a little flour, salt, and pepper, and we're going to put just a little bit of butter in there, just a little bit. Right?
And the flour is going to actually be a thickening agent for the sauce.
Absolutely.
Good.
And I'll tell you what you could do with this. This is a nice simple meal, how we can kind of get around that. All right?
I like it.
So in here we have our chicken, we have a little bit of butter, and we have our mushrooms. Now, very important when you're making Marsala is do not salt the mushrooms till you're done. Brings
Good to know the water out.
Brings the water out of it. So all we're going to do with this is we're cooking this. We have the mushrooms cooked. The chicken's in there. Right now the chicken's like medium rare. You add a little Marsala wine. Now the Marsala wine you should use should always be dry.
That's an important cooking tip for people to know. You don't want that added sugar and the consistency will come out different.
Because what happens when you reduce wine, it becomes sweeter. You'll always know when you go out to eat if they use a sweet wine. A little bit of chicken stock. Now, basically with the Marsala now is you let this cook and you let this thicken up from the flour on the chicken. But some people don't have the patience for that.
I kind of like to get things moving.
That's it. So we're going to use a little balsamic glaze.
Oh, yeah.
Just a little balsamic glaze.
And you can buy that right here at Publix.
Yep. What aisle?
Oh, that's not fair. Every
5.
Publix is different.
Nope, aisle 5 in
Aisle
every
5,
one.
wherever Publix you go to.
When in doubt, aisle 5.
I like
So you
it.
let this just cook and let the chicken cook in there and let the flavor come, and we're going to serve this with a little bit of pasta on the side.
Oh, yes, we are. Starting tomorrow, be sure to stop by your Publix Apron Simple Meals kiosk. Pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients after sampling this delicious dish. Once again, Bob, you nailed it.
Thanks, Judy.
Don't hate me because I'm blingable. Get your bling on with affordable Spectralite diamonds exclusively at Created Gems in Gold and Silver, where you always get big bling for little ching.
Car experts and customers agree. There's a whole lot to love about a new Subaru. Subaru offers more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. And Subaru had the best resale value of all brands for 2016. Now you can lease a new Subaru Forester for just $209 a month or get 0% financing during the Subaru True Love event. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Is debt beating you down? You need discipline. You need
the Debt Ninja. If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS, you could be facing wage garnishments, levies, liens, property seizure, cancellation of business license, closure of business. The Debt Ninja fights your IRS debt. That's why you need the Debt Ninja. The Debt Ninja has found the best companies in the country who are on your side to fight debt. Want to learn if you qualify for the IRS Financial Hardship Program? Stop the IRS from garnishing your wages. Even if your bank account has been seized, if you have undeclared taxes, if you have existing IRS debt, it's not too late to call, so grab your phone now. Call the Debt Ninja at 800-945-0083. That's 800-945-0083. Settle your IRS debt to get the power of the Debt Ninja. Dial this number now, 800-945-0083.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the blingiest of them all? You are, with Spectralite diamonds, all gorgeous and affordable. Only found at Created Gems, where you always get big bling for little ching.
Pretty shot of the downtown area as you wake up on this Wednesday morning. A little fog, and John has the complete forecast as to why you're seeing what you do. You've got a whole explanation for it. Science. 6:24 right now, 61 degrees. You wake up on this Wednesday morning.
Beautiful day outside so far, as of right now. Well, a Missouri Dairy Queen manager is charged with manslaughter in the death of a teenage employee.
And police say bullying may be to blame. Maria Chavacampo has details in this story.
In this morning's GMA First Look, just days before Christmas, 17-year-old Kenny Suttner took his own life. Now, his former boss is facing manslaughter charges over his suicide. Prosecutors accusing her of essentially bullying him to death. Suttner worked at this Fayette, Missouri Dairy Queen, where prosecutors say his 21-year-old supervisor, Harley Branham, subjected him to constant harassment. After his death, the coroner making the rare rare move to call an official inquest, a public hearing with a 6-person jury to determine whether criminal charges should be filed. A prosecutor charging her with second-degree involuntary manslaughter. Branham denies bullying Suttner. And Dan Abrams will weigh in on this case coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Mara Schiavocampo, ABC News, New York.
When did mixing food with not food become food? Thankfully, at Panera, 100% of our food is 100% clean. No artificial preservatives, sweeteners, flavors, or colors. Panera, food as it should be.
Right now at VisionWorks, take an additional $50 off our BOGO offer. When you buy one complete pair of glasses, you'll get a second pair at no additional cost, plus an extra $50 back in your pocket. VisionWorks. Shop in store and online.
To feel this special, you need to eat this special. Kellogg's Special K, made with whole grains and fiber to help a body thrive. Folic acid and vitamin D to make a body feel this good. Start your day with 150 nourishing calories in a bowl of Special K. Eat special, feel special. Introducing Special K Nourish Bites, a new way to snack special.
When caring for my wife alone became too much for me, I called my long-term care insurance company to get help from granny nannies. Now the most wonderful nurses help me with her care.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
Hi, I'm Joan London, and if you're worried about your parent or a loved one living alone like I was, and you want reliable senior care information, then call A Place for Mom, the nation's largest senior living referral service. You'll get free information on assisted living, Alzheimer's care, nursing homes, even important financial information.
They had obviously researched every place, not just given me names. They found me a place for what she could afford, and it was magnificent.
We're now very confident that she's safe, and they just helped every step of the way, and I can't thank them enough.
So if you're struggling to find reliable senior living information, call A Place for Mom. This is a free service, and you can trust them to help you.
Call right now to get your free Senior Care Compass ebook. Find out about the 5 best-kept secrets on financing senior care and assisted living.
Call now, 800-290-0352. 800-290-0352.
There's a whole new way to bank at Achieva Credit Union with Achieva Checking Plus. Get new unique features like full ID theft protection and online shopping rewards. Plus, it's an interest-bearing account, so you have a little extra for what really matters. Achieva Checking Plus isn't just an account for your money, it's for your life, including cell phone insurance. And that's good to know. Discover the plus at achievacu.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
What does it mean when New South Window says Factory Direct?
It means we have a factory.
It means we eliminate the middleman.
It means you get an award-winning, energy-efficient window at factory direct prices.
Plus, New South windows are made in Florida.
Fort Florida Home.
By Florida workers. Because we know Florida weather.
Right now, buy 2 windows, get the 3rd free, plus our lifetime warranty. New South Window. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Call now.
Mom needed more care than we could provide, so we called Granny Nannies. She now has around-the-clock caregivers, and we have peace of mind. Thanks to them, she's where she belongs, at home.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
Next on Good Morning Suncoast, the fallout continues in Washington after a high-profile resignation. Details on how it affects a meeting this morning with Israel's prime minister.
Plus, a biker comes dangerously close to being hit by a speeding train. what the conductor has to say about that accident.
And a robber is no match for a squirrel. We'll show you how this one played out next on Good Morning Suncoast.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
And good morning. Pretty shot of downtown looking toward the water, Sarasota Bay. Beautiful start to the day. Glad you're with us. Wednesday morning, 61 degrees. I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter along with John Scalzi. John, looking a little bit foggy out there, but kind of clearing up a little bit compared to when we head out the door this morning.
It's patchy, you know. It's some places it's foggy, some places it's kind of clear, but there's still kind of a haze in the atmosphere that you can see. Moisture has increased over the last 24 hours thanks to a southerly wind flow, and we are in line for showers and thunderstorms later in the day. Radar showing, well, actually, the Cortez Bridge Cam showing a little bit of haze. You can see that around the headlights of passing cars, but fog really not a problem out there, so that's good. Like I say, it's kind of a patchy situation, and the wind speeds are up, so that's really kind of protecting us against any kind of widespread issues. We'll watch that cluster of showers to the north of us sink southward. As it does so, it increases our rain chances late this afternoon. We'll go with about a 2 to 3 o'clock chance of showers at about 50% as they approach the area, and then through drive time tonight, those showers will eventually exit the region. We'll look for a daytime high topping out in the upper 70s. We do have some cooler air on the way, though. We'll talk about that in a minute.
All right, thank you, John. Checking the roads this morning on the Suncoast traffic. So far, so good in northern Manatee County. A little slowdown there on State Road US 301, rather. A little buildup right there. Heading farther south now into Sarasota County. Nothing major to report. The usual slowdowns, and then in the South County area, you should have no problems as you head out this morning. 6:32 on Wednesday morning.
Well, topping our news this half hour, President Trump waking up to a busy schedule as he meets with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu today at the White House.
That meeting is now complicated by the resignation of the National Security Advisor, who was viewed as a strong ally for Israel. Reed Binion has details.
General Flynn's resignation is not the end of the story. It is merely the beginning.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer calling for an independent investigation into fired National Security Advisor Michael Flynn and Flynn's pre-inauguration contact with Russia's U.S. ambassador.
It is not the last chapter of this saga, but only the first.
Schumer's words coming amid more news involving Russia. Intelligence, law enforcement, and administration officials telling CNN that during the campaign, senior Trump advisors were in constant communication with Russians known to U.S. intelligence. Those advisors included Michael Flynn, as well as then campaign chairman Paul Manafort. The frequency of the calls stood out, but what the intent was is still being studied. CNN has reached out to Flynn and the White House for comment. Manafort says he never spoke with Russian officials during that time. This comes amid new developments in the potential fallout following Flynn's recent firing. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell saying it's likely the Senate will investigate Flynn.
The Intelligence Committee is already looking at Russian involvement in our election. As Senator Blunt has indicated, it's highly likely they'd want to take a look at this episode as well.
But not all Republicans appear to be on board.
I just don't think it's useful to be doing investigation after investigation, particularly of your own party.
I'm Reed Binion reporting.
Well, in other political news this morning, the U.S. Senate looking to halt a previous law that prevents thousands of people with mental disorders from purchasing a gun. The regulation was passed during the Obama administration and prevents Social Security beneficiaries with mental disabilities who need a third party to manage their benefits from buying a firearm altogether. The new legislation has already passed in the House, and Senate approval would send the measure to President Donald Trump's desk, who is expected to sign it. Meanwhile, hundreds of parents are calling on President Trump to keep protections put in place by the Obama administration for transgender students. Nearly 800 parents have signed a letter by the Human Rights Campaign that will head to President Trump's desk. Now, this comes after the Trump administration loosened their defense of the guidelines, calling for schools to let students use bathrooms according to their gender identity. The parents say that revoking that right will result to discrimination, while those against it say it endangers the privacy and safety of other students.
A Minnesota judge will hear both sides today in the case of a police officer accused of killing a man during a traffic stop last summer. Philando Castile was shot and killed in his car. The incident was streamed live on Facebook. Officer Geronimo Yanez is charged with manslaughter. His lawyers say Castile was reaching for a gun and the shooting was indeed justified. In California, evacuations have been lifted now that water levels are dropping around the nation's highest dam near Sacramento. Workers are scrambling to drain Lake Oroville by 50 feet and repair damage to an emergency spillway. President Trump has approved the state's emergency declaration. Some of the 200,000 people cleared out have now begun to head back to their homes.
Whatever they need to do, they need to make sure it's right so we're safe so we don't have to repeat this in a couple of days when the next storm hits.
Now, while the storm should hit this evening, it now looks to be a colder storm with less rain expected.
Well, a biker in Australia is lucky to be alive this morning after a close encounter with a train. Take a look at this. A train conductor now pleading with people to stay a safe distance away from tracks after this near-death experience. He was traveling along the tracks when he noticed a group of bikers a short distance away. But it wasn't enough time for the biker on the tracks to get his bike out of the train's path. So instead, he dropped it and ran off of the embankment just as the train was approaching. Luckily, no injuries were reported. And you have to hear this next story to believe it. A robber proved to be no match for a pet squirrel after he allegedly broke into a home in Idaho. Adam Pearl walked into his Meridian home Tuesday and realized something didn't seem quite right when he found someone had been messing with his gun safe. Then he called police and they were able to find the suspect, who told them about his encounter with Pearl's squirrel.
She said while she was questioning the individual, he had scratches on his hand. So she asked him, "So did you get that from the squirrel?" And he says, "Yeah, damn thing kept attacking me and wouldn't stop until I left."
Now, Joey, the pet squirrel, is being hailed a hero. Pearl says he thanked Joey by giving him his favorite treat, a Whopper candy.
I'm still stuck on the pet squirrel part. In consumer news now, some encouraging news for air travelers. A new report shows there were less canceled flights and lost bags last year. Canceled flights are down to their lowest levels more than 20 years. As for mishandled luggage, airlines hit the lowest level since 1987. Overall passenger complaints dropped 11%. Reasons may include consolidation, lower fuel prices, and more perks. Starting this summer, you can cruise from Tampa to Cuba. The Carnival Cruise Line is the third major cruise line to announce trips to the Cuban capital. Royal Caribbean and Norwegian Cruise also have Cuba voyages planned starting this spring.
Amazon now looking at new ways to deliver your packages. The online retailer has received a patent for a drone that drops packages via magnets and parachutes to help them land at your front doorstep. Now, if a package does get off course, the drone is expected to monitor the delivery and then try and move the package back on course. Tests for that service are already underway overseas. And Starbucks lovers, you may soon be able to get ice cream with your coffee. Starbucks now planning to test concoctions that mix the duo. The Seattle chain said it will serve affogato varieties of hot or cold coffee over ice cream starting today in California. The priciest version at regular stores is a 12-ounce option that'll cost you a little over $6. And it's not here in Florida yet, but it may make its way. And coffee with ice cream, I don't know about you, sounds delicious.
Oh my gosh, yes. Like a float, a root beer float.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Coffee float.
That's perfect.
As if you needed more caffeine and sugar to start your day with.
Right.
Not on my diet.
True.
Not on my diet.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Well, I'm in. We have a chance of some thunderstorms later today. Small chance. We'll talk about that coming up in a few.
Come out to the best party of the season, the Goodwill Mardi Gras Gala on February 28th at Michael's on E. Tickets at experiencegoodwill.org.
As the only certified surgeon of excellence in metabolic and bariatric surgery in the area, Dr. Joseph Chepley has performed more than 1,300 successful bariatric surgeries. Join us on ABC7 News from 5 to 6:30 p.m. on Thursday, February 23rd. Dr. Joseph Chepley and his talented staff will be taking your phone calls as we discuss what makes someone a good candidate for surgery and the different options available to patients in our area. Thursday, February 23rd.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Florida's last private island is a waterfront lifestyle like no other. This is Harbor Isle, just 5 minutes from the sugar sand beaches of Anna Maria Island. This sun-splashed paradise invites you to enjoy natural adventures and all the recreation of a tropical resort. Island coach homes and waterfront condos are now available from the high 400s. Don't miss the Luxury by the Bay event, Saturday, January 21st from noon till 4 p.m. at Harbor Isle. Water ski show, luxury cars, wine tasting, model home tours, and more.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Current air temperature comes in at 68 degrees with a dew point of 65, pretty close to each other, and some patchy fog possible. But I'll tell you, it's not going to be widespread because our wind speeds are up south now at about 13. Those wind speeds will be up throughout the day today because we have an approaching cold front that's kind of kicking things up just a bit. We have 63 in Mayaca City, Arcadia coming in at 62, Northport comes in at 64. In Bradenton, you've got 64 degrees there as well. Parrish, you have 63. Lakewood Ranch comes in at 64. 67 in Venice, 67 in Inglewood, and Punta Gorda at 62. A line of showers now moving through parts of the Atlanta airport region, so there could be some airport delays because of that. Later in the day, the Raleigh-Durham airport, the Charlotte airport, under the gun by mid-morning into the afternoon hours. And then the whole line progresses toward the east, and a cluster of storms now located in northern Florida will be moving into our waters later this afternoon. I think the tendency will be for these showers and thunderstorms to kind of weaken as they progress southward as the majority of the energy lifts north. But we'll continue to monitor them. Severe Storms Prediction Center says we should. I'll tell you why in a second. As far as our forecast goes during the morning hours, looks good. I don't see any rainfall during the morning, probably not until after the lunchtime hour where we start to think about rain chances. Until then, just watch for some patchy fog in wind-protected areas. Other than that, we're looking good. Low pressure area to the north, producing those heavier storms up around the Atlanta airport currently, lifts off to the north and to the east, drags this cold front through parts of North Florida, and eventually through our area. We'll see some lines of showers move through here. The initial one will be this afternoon with the potential of some thunderstorms around. A pop or two of thunder, certainly not out of the question. Maybe even some small hail and gusty winds possible as well. That system sinks southward, and then we're left with just kind of a smattering of showers as that front clears the area and high pressure builds in tomorrow. With that high building tomorrow, we're going to get some cooler weather overnight. Our temperatures will lower by about 8 to 10 degrees. We'll have some late afternoon thunder, and we'll look for windy conditions throughout the day today as this front approaches. The pressures start to tighten up. So we have lake wind advisories, small craft advisories. We have a rip current advisory as well. And cloud cover will be with us for a lot of the day today. And probably won't see some clearing occur until overnight tonight, and then the clearing will be fairly quick. So you look at the RPM computer model, put it into motion. That line of storm sinks southward, gets on our doorstep by around mid-afternoon, 2, 3 o'clock. I think it'll be pretty close to us. And then that line sinks to the south, shifts all of the storms further to our south. And by a little after sunset, I think we'll start to clear out around here. So through drive time, we have the potential of some showers and maybe a thunderstorm or two. The showers clear out by tomorrow morning, and we're left with a Thursday that looks pretty nice. Just a little cooler, but still crisp. Now, Severe Storm Prediction Center puts us in a marginal risk of severe weather, meaning small hail, gusty winds. Only about a 2% chance of an isolated tornado, with the biggest threat of tornadoes being located well to the north. I think that storm system is going to really weaken as it gets closer to us, but we're going to watch it for you throughout the day today. Southwest wind comes in at about 15 to 20. As I mentioned, small craft advisory is up. Lousy boating day later this afternoon. We'll look for a 50% rain chance later today, maybe even a little higher. And then tomorrow, cooler, crisper, still a little breezy for a couple of days, and then another chance of rain on Saturday. Back to you.
All right, thanks so much, John. Bring a raincoat if you possibly need it. Taking a look at your Suncoast traffic, congestion picking up as we head into the 7 o'clock hour throughout Manatee County, but no accidents to report this morning, so all is looking clear. Moving towards Sarasota County, there is an accident, looks like towards Lakewood Ranch area. If it'll pop up here shortly, it is at Honore Avenue in the eastbound lanes near University Parkway. Again, a busy area throughout that region, so keep an eye out for that as you head out the door. Bee Ridge Road also picking up on traffic, but South County and Nokomis and Venice looking clear as you head out the door.
All right, health news now. If you have a runny or a stuffy nose, it's hard to tell what you're actually battling sometime, but doctors say there are some things you can do to help figure it all out.
That's right. Experts say the best indicator of whether you have a sinus infection or not is the length of time that you've been ill. A viral cold will usually get better within 7 to 10 days, but if you feel sick longer than that, it's possible you're developing a bacterial infection. Another issue is the so-called sinus headache, but doctors say while facial pain and discomfort are common, headaches are usually not related to sinus infections.
If you have classic headaches, it probably isn't sinus. Sinuses rarely cause headaches. They kind of cause this mid-facial pressure and fullness, and you just feel poorly.
Well, whether you have a cold or a sinus infection, doctors recommend using steroid nasal sprays, zinc lozenges, and nasal irrigation systems to help reduce the length and intensity of both of those conditions. And in entertainment news this morning, the Federal Aviation Administration is investigating an incident involving actor Harrison Ford.
Yeah, Ford was flying a single-engine plane when he was told to land on a runway at John Wayne Airport in Southern California. But he mistakenly landed on a parallel taxiway passing over an occupied American Airlines jet nearby. Now the flight still took off without incident.
And the newest star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame goes to George Segal. The 83-year-old actor has 2 Golden Globes, 5 Golden Globe nominations, and an Oscar nomination. He was honored with that star yesterday, surrounded by family, friends, and colleagues. He has been performing since he was 10 years old.
And the Oscar-nominated film Hidden Figures will show for free in select U.S. cities in celebration of Black History Month. The film was about black female mathematicians who worked at NASA during the space race. AMC Theaters and 21st Century Fox say the free screenings are to build a broader awareness of the true story. Tickets will be passed out on a first-come, first-served basis, but only in certain cities. And the Sarasota area is not among those cities, unfortunately.
That looks like a good movie. I've been meaning to go see a whole list of movies. I need to get out there and do that.
I love seeing movies based on true stories.
Yes, me too. All right, stay with us. We'll be right back.
There's a whole new way to bank with Achieva Checking Plus. You get new features like cell phone protection for 3 phones, plus an interest-bearing account. And that's good to know. Discover all the benefits at achievacu.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, restaurant guide, and more. Go to mysuncoast.com/dining.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on the pedal. You get a clean mop pad that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
Hurry in to Sunset Dodge, Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota for big savings on some of America's best vehicles. Over 100 standard and available safety features make the new Chrysler Pacifica a safe investment for any family. And right now, you can buy one for just $24,999 or save up to $11,000 on a new Ram Crew Cab during Ram Truck Month. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
In town? On the town, The Mark offers landmark living in the center of everything you love about Sarasota. Priced from the 700s, spacious residences and elevated club-level amenities create a private oasis in the sky. Promenade shopping and dining put the best of downtown downstairs. Sales gallery open daily at the corner of Pineapple and State Street just south of Maine. The Mark, Sarasota. Presented by Coulter.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
What does it mean when New South Window says Factory Direct?
It means we have a factory.
It means we eliminate the middleman.
It means you get an award-winning, energy-efficient window at factory direct prices.
Plus, New South windows are made in Florida.
Port Florida Home.
By Florida workers.
Because we know Florida weather.
Right now, buy 2 windows, get the 3rd free, plus our lifetime warranty. New South Window. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Call now.
There's a whole new way to bank with Achieva Checking Plus. You get new features like full ID theft protection, and that's good to know. Discover all the benefits at achievacu.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
Well, checking local headlines before you head out the door this morning.
Detectives looking for help to solve a fatal shooting earlier this month in Lakewood Ranch. They believe the victim was indeed targeted. A former deputy's attorney has stepped down. Frankie Bybee is facing attempted murder and other charges. No word yet as to why his lawyer wanted off the case. And a vote is expected today on a contentious issue in eastern Manatee County. Mosaic wants to rezone for mining, but many neighbors are against it.
As we take a look at traffic this morning, not a whole lot going on in Manatee County. Traffic picking up throughout the area, but nothing to be concerned about. In Sarasota County, there is an accident off of Honore Avenue in the eastbound lanes near University Parkway. Other than that, free and clear of any traffic throughout Sarasota County. South County looking good as well.
Weather-wise, a fairly easy morning commute. We'll look for a mix of sun and clouds as we head into the afternoon and evening hours, plus a chance of storms, especially during the late afternoon and through drive time. About a 50% chance of that. Some of the storms could be strong. Daytime highs top out warm and kind of humid. Tomorrow, cooler, crisper weather in store for us, but still a little bit breezy. Over the weekend, a chance of a Saturday night shower as well.
Well, take a look at this story, guys. You can just call this high school senior Romeo. In honor of Valentine's Day, Zach Peterson wanted to make sure every girl in his school got something special. So he saved up $450 and bought hundreds of roses to hand out to all the girls in his school. He then surprised them all by welcoming them into a classroom and by handing them out one by one.
Got in here and we were like, what's going on?
So I decided that I should get roses for every single one of you.
And then we saw the flowers and it was like everybody freaked out. The amount of girl noises was insane.
Well, that's awesome. The flowers weren't just for the students. He also gave roses to the lunch ladies, office staff, guidance counselors, and of course, his mom.
The ladies' man, just in time for the prom. He's thinking ahead. Look at this. Locally married couples mark Valentine's Day by saying, "I do" again. This annual event is a tradition on Siesta Key and also on Venice Beach. It's a non-denominational service, and hundreds of couples had the chance to celebrate love and commitment as they watched the sun set last night.
I think it's very important that we have a town that honors tradition and commitment, and it's just a wonderful event for all of the couples.
During the event, some couples are recognized, like those married over 50 years. Last year on Siesta Beach, a couple was honored for marking 73 years of marriage.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
What a great thing.
Yeah, the weather cooperated nicely as well. Looked fairly clear skies out there. It was nice.
Nice evening.
Pretty. And that might not be the case tonight. Showers and thunderstorms around. We'll have to watch that, and of course Bob will be in this evening to track those storms on radar as we head through the evening hours.
We've had a nice stretch of weather, but that's going to be changing now, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know what? This week we're going to have a series of fronts move through, which is something we didn't really have last week. We had one front, but this week we're going to have about 3 move through in the period about every 2 days or so. So showers tonight. And hopefully our ospreys will have no problems weathering the storm. They build their nests pretty strong, and you can watch them on our website, mysuncoast.com. Watch them online 24/7.
All right, sounds good. Stick around. Good Morning America's coming up next.